again with another video which is about something funny, and it's clearly very funny because it is about a poll that I had created on Twitter based on a couple of idiot Arsenal fans who were uh, who were talking some nonsensical things on a private Twitter group, and I took their case real bad because I didn't abuse them, but like they were talking shit, like we'll educate you and stuff and all that. It was some 15-year-old wannabe kid talking nonsense, the kind of thing that they were probably protesting against, and it doesn't stop because of these protests because there are some idiots on Twitter who keep doing what they were keep doing. So big up to the Cardiff City fan and Miss Melina in the chat. So just gonna show you a poll that I created, and eventually that poll got rigged, and Luis Dunk is better. It's a nonsense. I know it is. I know that is what I just told them, and these idiots were like, David Luiz has all the trophies and stuff and big all that nonsensical thing. And I'll just show you what they did. So there was this poll that was going around between who is better, Luis Dunk or David Luiz, and I think on that poll, it was like Luis Dunk was losing 51, winning 51% versus David Luiz, who was at 49 or 48%, 52 or 48. And so, and the thing is now this guy retweeted it out and he asked everyone to vote for David Luiz. So now the poll has gone and it's become 53.7% to David Luiz and 46.3% to Luis Dunk. I created this as a serious poll, but it's become a joke. And big up to Sari Gunner. Thank you so much. And I am his defense lawyer, probably, but I know a few things, and let's see what that leads to. And yes, thank you so much, Sari Gunner. If you're new, just subscribe. I'll subscribe to your channel as well, and follow me on Twitter as well. And John is saying trophies he has won those when those little kids were still in their father's sack. I know exactly. David Luiz was good back in the day, but not great as a defender. But he has some attributes that can help contribute to the team's success. He's not the best defender in the league, but he has a good free kick. He used to have a good free kick, and he scores some goals as well. So those are some attributes that make him a decent defender overall. But better defender than Luis Dunk, that's never happening. So I'll just urge, if you guys are also on Twitter, just share it around or vote for Luis Dunk, because I know it doesn't do anything, but I know these guys will then be ranting about it and all that, but it's your choice. I'm not going to force anyone. It's your wish. And will you get people on? You want to come on? But I think you'll have to switch your screen off, and that is how you'll be able to come on. You can definitely come on. I'm sending the link in the chat. I don't mind people coming on. The problem is that I don't know how how YouTube will behave to you coming on, and I think you definitely have to keep your screen off, if I'm not wrong, because you're 10. I don't exactly know how that works. I've had kids before. I think they need to be in the presence of an adult. I'm not too sure about how exactly that thing works, but okay, I have sent out the link and you can come on and we can have a discussion. So this is the funny thing that was going around, and I think if someone said David Luiz is one of the best defenders in the league back even 5 years ago, no one would actually believe it. I'm telling you honestly, no one ever believed him to be the best defender out there. Again, as I'm saying, he used to contribute in other ways. He's a good leader. He has a good headed aerial ability as well. He used to have even better back in the day, and he used to score some crucial goals. And his movement is slow, but he has a good free kick as well, as I said. And just one more thing. Wow, Dunk turns 30 next year. Didn't realize he was that old. Yeah, he is 30, 29 this season. Yes, and he's 29 now, 30 next season. And the Cardiff City fan is here. Big up, Ryan.
Big up.
So,
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What do you think? And what do you want to say? Like, as a neutral, what do you want to say? Have you seen Luis Dunk and David Luiz play as defenders?
Yeah, I think they're decent, to be honest. I think they're decent.
Yeah.
Wait, my voice is gone. But yeah, I think they're decent defenders. Huh. Yeah, but then they can score a bit of goals.
Out of the two, if you had to pick one, David Luiz and Luis Dunk, Who do you think is the better one according to you?
I'd goal scoring Dunk, experience Luiz. I'd probably say Luiz.
Okay, so you think that Luis is the better defender right now? I'm not saying overall. I'm saying right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay. So maybe that is why some other people say that Luis is better. But I personally feel it's Dunk, and he's not even the best defender at Arsenal. That's Tierney. No, he's not even the best centre back. That's Pablo Mari. Pablo Mari is our most sorted centre back. And even though he's on the left hand side, he and Gabriel are our best defenders right now. David Luiz isn't our best defender right now. I don't think so. Centre back wise also. And those kids, let me not get into it. One of those guys was like, I am people around me call me the next Paul Pogba. And I asked him, so what do you think about Unai Emery's tactics at Arsenal? And he had no answer. But anyways, he plays at some football club which he says is the top level, but I don't think so. That's all fake, all show off. Anyways, Mari is better. Exactly. Do you think Cardiff City fan? Do you think Mari is better,
yeah.
or do you think David Luiz is better out of the two?
I don't know really. I've never really seen Mari play, but I'd probably say David Luiz. Again, Mari, he's not too bad, but on he's got, I don't know. He might have a little bit of a mistake in him, but I'd probably say Luiz.
Okay, Ryan, I guess you haven't seen Mari. That means maybe that is one of the reasons. But apart from that, what matches do you watch generally?
I watched the Championship and the Prem. Yeah, that's basically
Okay.
the main leagues that I watch. Yeah.
Okay,
I
and
don't have BT Sport.
okay, so you
I don't have
support Cardiff. Okay, sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead. So you support Cardiff
I
City
don't
in
have
the. Go ahead, sorry.
I don't have BT Sport, so I don't really watch Arsenal in the Europa League or
Okay.
the Championship game, the Champions League rather games. But yeah.
Okay. And so you watch Cardiff City in the Championship, and which Premier League club do you ideally support? I'm not saying you're a full time supporter of them. Which club are you a fan of generally in the Premier League?
Well, my grandfather was born in Fulham, but he supported Chelsea, but they're both really right next to each other. So I'd probably say Chelsea. Or because of the European Super League and the decisions they made, I might say Fulham. But if it's Premier League, then I'd probably say Chelsea because Fulham are going down.
Yeah, I think that seems to be the case because they lost again. And David Luiz, John is saying David Luiz is the fashion footballer. Rival fans think he's a lot better than he is. See, I'm not denying that David Luiz was instrumental in us winning the FA Cup last year, and he's the problem for him is the quick teams. I'm not denying that, but the thing is, he's old news now. He's not that great anymore. And yes, he
Yeah,
has some attributes. But, go ahead.
Yeah, David Luiz is 34, 35 now. He's getting on. He's probably gonna leave Arsenal. I think he said he was gonna leave. So, I don't know where he's gonna go. He might just go to for the money now and just retire.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think he's going to the MLS. He might be going back to Benfica or some of these clubs wanted him. I think that was the story.
Yeah.
And as a closet
Yeah.
Arsenal fan, I watch a lot more games than most rivals. So I see Clown Show Bob on a regular. He's calling David Luiz Clown Show Bob. But I get your point. See, I have been supporting David Luiz because I think we did not make a bad decision to sign him from Chelsea because we got him and he took a wage cut and we got him not on a 3 year or a 4 year deal. We got him on a good bargain, and he's helped us win the FA Cup against Chelsea. So I said that it was a decent deal. I was not against the deal. I have no complaints about David Luiz coming to Arsenal. I think I'm happy with what he has contributed so far. I was one of the guys who said that at one point of time he was our best defenders. But since Pablo Mari has come into the team, he's no way better than Pablo Mari in terms of defense. He's no way better than Gabriel because Gabriel can also play those long balls if needed. And as I said, David Luiz doesn't have the pace anymore. All he has is
Yeah.
his long shot. He's good in the air. Some attributes are there. He can defend with both feet. That is an attribute as well. But is he our best defender? No. Is he better than Louis Dunk? No, not anymore. Not anymore. Maybe some years prior he was, but not anymore.
like I said, he's better in experience, but Dunk is better at
Yeah,
scoring goals. They're both really quite average for Prem. But David Luiz is playing for a bigger club, and Dunk is playing for a club like Brighton, who is
yeah.
kind of in a bad. They start off well, Brighton, in every season, a bit like mid-table-ish. Then they just drop form a bit, but they're definitely staying up this season.
They
But
they
David
for the
Luiz is
last two
better.
seasons. For the last 2 seasons, they have been struggling for relegation. Like they've been fighting
Mm.
relegation for the last 2 seasons. Tell me one thing, since you are in a way related to Chelsea, like in terms of supporting them, like kind of. I'm not saying exactly a fan, but do you think
Hmm.
if Graham Potter was available, would you ever take him at a big club like Chelsea or Arsenal? Ever?
Lampard.
Lampard, as in? No, I'm saying Graham Potter. Graham Potter, the Brighton manager.
Oh, Graham Potter. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you ever take him at, like, say, Chelsea or Arsenal? Ever?
Um, he's not. He's not Chelsea or Arsenal. No, I probably wouldn't. No,
Yeah, exactly. Would you take him at Cardiff?
maybe, but he's going to change our tactics up, and we've only just got a new manager.
Exactly. That is why when there are some people on Twitter saying that replace Arteta with Graham Potter, I say then we will go from what we were trying to do and build an attack-minded play, and then we just push it all back, and that changes completely. I agree with your point. That is a very good point. That when you get in Graham Potter, he starts and changes everything that you have been building so far. And I'm not saying that it is totally bad, but I think he's been what he's doing with Brighton right now. 2 seasons in a row, he's been fighting relegation. So I would not want such a manager at a big club because he may not know what to do. I would rather take a David Moyes over a Graham Potter any day of the week.
Like David Moyes done some really good. He's really been really good this season for West Ham. One manager I would not say you should take is Jose Mourinho, because he'll get sacked after 1 year. Because I would not take Jose Mourinho because he just gets sacked after 1 year. You've seen it at every club. Man United 2 years, Spurs 1 year,
Man
and
United 3 years, third year. In the third year, he
3
got
years,
sacked.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and yeah, Spurs, this was his first season.
And he's been at London rival Chelsea. So yeah,
No, he's decided that his career now is with media outlets. He's joined Talksport and he's also going to work with the Sun. So he's probably done. We don't need to talk about him. I think
yeah.
he needs a smaller challenge like an Everton, Villa, or Southampton. Someone with more aspirations. You're talking about Graham Potter, if I'm not wrong. And yes, he needs to start there. But I don't think he's going to get Everton because they got Ancelotti. I don't think Aston Villa will also be changing. Southampton could be one club that may be looking to change their manager at the end of this season or next season. So that could happen.
I know a
I
lot of
don't.
fans. I
Yeah,
know a
good.
lot of I know a lot of Newcastle fans would say Bruce out, so he wouldn't be bad for Newcastle. For Graham Potter.
Uh,
I'm not sure though. I'm not sure, but a lot of fans do want Bruce out for them.
I think the problem with Newcastle will be if, say, they get a Graham Potter for Newcastle
Yeah,
and they get rid of a Steve Bruce. He doesn't do
yeah,
much because he's also been keeping Brighton in the relegation zone for the last 2 seasons. Brighton
yeah.
haven't moved ahead from the relegation zone either. So
He needs
I
he, he needs to go to a solid championship club. I think a solid championship club. Get them promoted and see what he can do. He kind of needs a fresh start because he's only going to keep Brighton down in that relegation area, bobbling around 14th to 20. They don't like 14th and around there. So, and I'm sure Brighton will want to be trying to aim a little bit higher, like 12th or 11th. They'll do what they can, but you can't trust Brighton with anything, to be honest.
the
Um,
way the way he is the way they are performing, he won't need a championship club. They will be in the
I
championship
know.
soon. I get the feeling.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
big up to Simpy as well in the chat. So I was saying
No,
that the way that they're performing, they may soon get relegated. Not this season, maybe in a season or two, they may be actually in the championship. For all we know,
yeah,
the way they're not progressing at all. And John is quickly adding, Graham Potter needs money. I know he has no money. He has no money at Brighton and in Newcastle. Same would happen. Exactly. This is why I was saying the situation with Bruce is also the same. No money. He would get no money to improve his squad. But with respect to Brighton, I think Brighton still puts in some money more than Newcastle. And another thing, Brighton should now look to sell Lamptey. I think Lamptey should be an asset that they should try to cash in on, because he's a young player and they can make some good money for him. I know that that will reduce their creativity and kill off their creativity to an extent, but I think they should take that risk and get Lamptey sold for a decent amount of money. And Chelsea were stupid enough to let him go, and now
I
I don't
know.
know, they can cash in on him. Go ahead,
I
go ahead,
think
Fran.
I think Chelsea took a really big risk in letting him go because he's one for the future, and I think they could get a lot of money for him, Brighton, and they could get the money that they need to buy other players. But Lamptey could go to a club like Aston Villa, Southampton, around that. Maybe even like he could go to Spurs. I doubt it. But they do need a good right back, Spurs, because Aurea and Doherty. I think Doherty wasn't the best signing.
But Lamptey can't defend. He plays his right wing back. He doesn't play right back.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
won't be able to defend either. So I don't think they'll go for
No,
him.
he's a midfielder for me. He's a bit of like a
Yeah.
more passing bit, like a bit more of like a right midfielder. Maybe even a winger.
He
So I
reminds
think,
me of Bukayo Saka.
yeah, he does. And he reminds me of him because he was starting off at left back. I remember about a year ago he started left wing against Bournemouth and he smashed that goal in and off the bar when he played. I think he played left wing that game. I don't know, but he put it in. He smashed that goal in, and I think you must think if a left back can score
Yeah.
that, they've got to be a striker or up there.
Yeah, exactly. See, I
Yeah,
don't, my ideal front four included Lamptey and Saka on either wings. I don't mind getting rid of Pepe. So it would be like, if you're planning for the future, I would be saying that Martinelli up front, Smith Rowe or Odegaard behind him, right hand side Saka, left hand side probably Lamptey. So that would be my front four. That would be a long term front four with more backup players, because as John has said in the chat, I agree with him. Lamptey is so injury
yeah,
prone. It is because he's very quick and he runs around with the ball and a lot, and he puts in a hard shift. So that happens. Even Martinelli is injury prone. So at the
you,
end of the day, these players who are quick, we need them. That is the problem.
you never know. Some players could have feet problems, and if they run too fast, then they might get easily injured.
Yes, and I agree with you on that, and that is why even John is saying the same thing. Sorry, Cheddars is talking about Dunk was superb last season. Haven't heard people brag about him this season. The problem is he was keen to leave in the summer transfer window. Like you remember what happened with Zaha when he wanted to go. Remember what has happened with OR when he wanted to leave. Dunk wanted to leave Brighton and join a bigger club. Chelsea wanted him. Arsenal was
Yeah,
also there, a name mentioned. Manchester United wanted him, but they did not let him leave. They did not. And that is why his season has not been the best. I think they had even removed him from captaincy. They did not play him in a few games. They dropped him to the bench as well. So there were a lot of problems going on because the guy wanted to leave Brighton and move on with his career, because he's almost coming to the end of his career now. It's 29 he is right now, and he'll be 30 late next year.
and
Uh,
and Chelsea
Go ahead.
went for Tarkowski as well, and Burnley said
Yeah,
50 million, and I'm like, he's the same as Dunk and
yeah.
Tarkowski. How is he 50 million? I don't see how
Bec-
he's 50 million.
because they're trying to sell it to Chelsea. Simple as that. They
Yeah,
want to
I know.
sell to Chelsea, and that's about it.
They just
And
need money.
yeah, every club needs money at the end of the day. How is Jadon
Yeah.
Sancho 150 million? I still don't know. John is saying, yeah, with his pace, he probably puts a lot of strain on his hamstrings. His career won't be a long one when you see such injuries early on. I don't think so. That is the case. I think that if we have like Lamptey, Saka, Martinelli, Emil Smith Rowe, Balogun, a mixture of 5 or 6 quality players at Arsenal. I'm just giving an example at Arsenal. If we have those and we can shuffle around some of the players here and there, mix and match, and get the right combination with these guys playing week in and week out, we can give them sufficient rest. I feel that that can happen. But the thing is, if he plays at a club like Brighton for too long, one his one what will happen is his injuries will keep reoccurring because he'll have to be the best player on the pitch. The other thing is he will be overutilized, and that is something that even Arsenal did to an extent with Saka, but I think that will change next season. And the third thing is that his value will not increase because he will keep getting injured. So I think the best thing for Brighton will be to sell him for around 50-60 million now when they can, and everyone is impressed by him, rather than keep waiting and then his value goes down. And John added English tax. Yeah, I get the point. English tax will be a major talking point. Cheddars is saying Ben Me is underrated. Ben Me.
Well, every season you just see him make all those crucial blocks on the line. Like every compilation, you see him in the best goal line clearances. You see him in there about 4 or 5 times because he puts his body on the line for Burnley, and I really do agree with that.
Even
Yeah.
Tarkowski has been dropped as the captain because of the same reason. He wanted to leave, and Ben Mee has become the captain. But you know why I laughed about it? Because his name is kind of funny, Ben Mee. It's like ban me. But John, random thought: do you remember how good Sami Hyypiä was? It's mental how no one talks about him. The problem is that I think Sami Hyypiä was also kind of injury prone, if I'm remembering right. He used to be injured all the time, and that was the problem. And big up to Simpy once again. Thank you so much, Simpy. Big up.
Yeah, big
and
up.
Hope you're doing well. And John is saying Sean Dykes, Wet Dream, Nat Phillips, Dan Burn, Ben Mee, Reece James. Reece James is the reason Lamptey isn't at Chelsea anymore. If you know, Lamptey was Lamptey and Reece James were on the right. Lampard chose Reece James over Lamptey. So Lamptey said that I'll be leaving Chelsea then, and they got rid of him because he was not going to be waiting there behind Reece James in the pecking order, and he said that I want to leave. And Reece James is the reason why Lamptey is not at Chelsea anymore. So that is that. But unfortunately, I don't know why Arsenal can't find and sort and get such good players from their side. I mean, I want Arsenal to be signing more players, and if they do that, that is great. I mean, if does Cardiff City has any top player whom you rate as like Premier League level according to you? Do you think Cardiff City has such a player?
Well, we do have Harry Wilson on loan from Liverpool. He scored a hat-trick today. He scored 2 free kicks today, and he scored 1 goal with the outside of his foot. So I think that's quite Premier League quality if he's scoring 2 free kicks and an outside of the boot volley. Not outside of the boot. Well, it was. I'm not sure. I didn't see the goal, but I heard it was an outside of the boot. But if you're scoring all of them in one game and it's a hat-trick, then I even did a video saying that it's a masterclass and how Liverpool, how underrated he is. Even though he's only scored 6 goals in the Championship, to score a hat-trick and 2 of them to be free kicks is absolutely brilliant because you don't see a free kick goal every day. And
Wilson, Harry Wilson was great with his free kicks for Bournemouth as well.
Yeah, he scored that one versus Man City. It was top bins. Ederson, 6'5", still couldn't save it. But I think, well, we did have Neil Everidge, who we sold. He was unbelievable in the Prem, but then he got dropped because of his kicking, and now we have Alex Smithies in goal, who's probably going to leave next season as well. He's very sloppy. He's very sloppy, Smithies. He drops the ball all the time, and that leads to goals. We do have our other keeper, Dylan Phillips. He's only 25 and he's faced about 3 penalties. He saved 2 penalties in the space of 2 minutes in one game. And he put Yaya Sanogo off, a former Arsenal man, against Huddersfield. He put him off and he went the right way anyway, but Sanogo put him wide. We do have Kiefer Moore, who has scored 20 goals this season. Like I said yesterday, 5 with his head, 5 with his left foot. Yeah. They've all been inside the box. He's basically a target man. You can say he's a goal scorer and you can say he's a target man, but he's just a target man, really. He is a goal scorer and a target man.
So do you feel Ryan, do you feel that Harry Wilson is your best player, or who is your best player right now?
In skill, I'd probably say Harry Wilson. In scoring and putting a good, decent shot away, I'd probably say Kiefer Moore or Wilson. They're both the same because Harry Wilson has scored two other screamers this season, both from outside of the box. He scored his first goal for Cardiff against Bournemouth, and that was quite a decent goal. Yeah, he's been quite good.
Okay, and as you said that you feel that Harry Wilson can still do something in the Premier League. He's on loan with you guys, right?
Yeah, I think he can do something in the Premier League. His contract is expiring next season, and he wants to leave Liverpool, and Liverpool want him out anyway. So yeah, maybe you guys could pick up a player like that. He's only 23, so you know he could be a really good player for you guys.
See, I don't mind Harry Wilson, because I'll tell you honestly, I think some of these Arsenal fans also have been saying that give us James Ward-Prowse. But
Yeah,
if James Ward-Prowse is like, James Ward-Prowse's best quality is free kicks and set pieces. That is the best attribute
yeah,
that James Ward-Prowse has. And Harry Wilson is somewhere similar to him in that sense. But his
yeah,
overall play is the problem. Can he compare to a James Ward-Prowse? That is my only doubt, whether he can compare to a James Ward-Prowse or not. And if he can, then I think then things can work out for Harry Wilson at a club like Arsenal. But then again, that is the thing. That is what I'm telling you about. That is one of the concerns that we have with respect to getting in a player. Now, with respect to, if we like spend some money for James Ward-Prowse and it doesn't work out, Arsenal cannot be right now an experimenting club. And with respect to players, so once we are at the end of this season, once we decide that we want to spend money on people
yeah,
and on players, so we'll have to seriously go about it. So I think that is one of the reasons why these guys may not go for a guy like Harry Wilson, and probably go for a much
yeah.
more Premier League proven guy, and say maybe we'll go for James Ward-Prowse instead.
The question here for you: in your opinion, are you looking at a left-footed player? Because Harry Wilson is left-footed, like a right
uh,
winger.
yeah.
You you can cut the ball and curl it in with his left foot. Because that's Harry Wilson. He scores goals with
see
his left foot.
See, I get exactly what you're saying. We have two of those
Yeah,
actually already. We have Bukayo Saka and we have Pepe. We have both
yeah,
guys who are there. Uh, if it is like a desperate move, like I feel that if, like, say, some for some reason I'm saying that, hold on, I'm getting a sneeze. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I'm saying, if we feel that we want to try to sell Nicola Pepe off and keep Saka, and if we are playing Saka or Pepe, I'm just giving an example, on the left hand
yeah.
side, only then can we fit in Harry Wilson into the team. I think I would rather prefer a James Ward-Prowse rather than a Harry Wilson. And as John is saying, hold on, let me just, where was the comments? One second. They were talking about his free kicks being insane. He is an okay. Who's the defender? Oh, Reece James is inconsistent. Okay, Harry Wilson never shows up for Liverpool, and he doesn't get the same space as a Championship where he can run around. That is thing. The free kick for Derby versus Manchester United was
Yes,
beautiful.
yes. Cheddar's. That was the best free kick I've probably ever seen in my life. About 30 yards out, and he strikes it. It knuckleballs. It moves. It goes into the top corner. Sergio Romero, no chance. Have you
Yes, I
seen that?
remember that free kick. Yes, I remember the
Yeah,
free kick. That,
yeah.
I think that was the free kick that gave him all the limelight in the world.
It's
And
not.
yeah,
You
go
can't
ahead.
you can't compare it to like Roberto Carlos, but it's really good free kick. It's
I think
definitely a really good free kick.
I think what can happen is, Liverpool plays at a very quick pace.
Yeah,
Arsenal does not play at that quick a pace. So if Arsenal
yeah,
gets a Harry Wilson, and we need a good free kick taker, to be honest, If Arsenal gets Harry Wilson, the only problem we'll have is how to fit him into the squad, because we got a lot of
Yeah.
wingers who use the left foot, at least a couple of them, as I just mentioned. And the thing is, Odegaard will also be left footed. So we'll have some problems there. We may need a few right-footed players as well, but that depends on also the fact whether we are keeping Pepe, whether we are signing Odegaard on a permanent deal or not. And
40
he
mil.
will.
Liverpool said they only wanted 15 million from Cardiff. We don't have that money, but they said 15 million. Only 15.
Yeah, I don't think anyone will pay 40 million for him.
No,
Liverpool must
no,
be.
no.
Yeah, I
They
know
said
it's the weekend.
15.
I know it's the weekend. I think if Liverpool wants 40 million for him, they need to cut down on the partying at the weekend. And they are saying we'll throw in Origi as well. Actually, I don't mind Origi as a backup player, a backup
Origi,
striker. Yeah, Origi as a backup striker, he can do something
Origi,
being in the squad.
Origi, he's a super sub. He's a super sub, Origi. He's not a first team player. I thought did he come on in the Champions League final for Liverpool? No,
No,
did
he
he
started
start?
that game. He started that
Started.
game. Yeah.
Well, he was quite good versus Barca and Liverpool. Well, you've got to say he wasn't quite good. He was insane. So remember that Trent Alexander-Arnold corner? You want to
Yeah,
see him
corner
do that?
taker quickly.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see, I don't think you'll do that again unless it's such a big game and he can catch someone out like that easily.
If he comes
He
to
could
Arsenal,
do
he's
it.
never. If he comes to Arsenal, he's never doing that because our
No.
corners are absolutely crap.
Uh,
So
yeah, but you need a set piece specialist. We got a player called Lee Tomlin. Yeah, he's injury prone. He's 32. You won't want him. He's only 70 rated on FIFA. But his season last season, I went to a Cardiff game. Yeah,
yeah,
Friday night, 7:45, 87th minute. We're 1-0 down to Sheffield Wednesday. I'm a bit up to the goal, right behind it, but up, and he's got a free kick just a bit outside the box, I'd probably say about 23 yards out, bit to the left, and he's just kind of like dinked it over the wall. He's just put it over the wall, and he's equalised, and the fans going mad. Sheffield Wednesday could have gone top of the league at that time, but that free kick was absolutely beautiful, and he scored a top corner free kick versus West Brom. So he's very good at free kicks. If he's at the right place, he can be very, very dangerous from them.
sorry to stop you there, Stephen. Big up to you. But I just saw something that I think is absolutely crap and nonsensical on Twitter, and I'm just gonna
What,
share it out
Arteta gets
here.
sacked?
No, not that. Just look at this. This guy has tweeted out that Arsenal are up for sale just after days after Stan Kroenke insisted he will not entertain any offers for the club, with under fire owner quoting a 1.7 billion price to possible buyers 2 years ago. So he's saying that they're putting Arsenal up for sale. 1.7 billion price was from 2 years ago, and now that is they will be looking for more better offers. I think this is
Well,
just fake PR. I don't think
yeah,
I don't
it's
think this is
no,
just to get
that
tweets and retweets.
1.7. Hang on, that 1.7 billion comes from Usmanov that he offered to the rest of the shares to try and buy Kroenke out, and he opted to 2 billion, and Kroenke still said no. So that's why Usmanov then sold to Kroenke because he wasn't having it.
Yeah,
That's
and
where it comes
it's
from.
come from the Mail Sport, so he's quoting the Mail Sport, so it's I
It's
don't think it's
crap.
reliable at all. It's crap. Yeah. So they Liverpool want us to sign Harry Wilson for 40 million, and they are ready to throw in. The fans are ready to throw in Origi as well. Tell me one thing, Stephen. If you get, say, suppose let's consider this deal hypothetically. If you get Harry Wilson and Origi for 40 million, would you take them?
No.
You don't think
I'll
we
take
can?
Do you know?
I'll take
There's
them
a
all day
reason.
for Cardiff.
Yeah, there's a reason why I'm fed up of buying like the handovers from rivals. There's a reason our rivals sell to us because we're that stupid to buy them. because it's shit.
So
Willian, David
yeah,
Luiz, right? Do you want to keep going? Check. I mean, I can go on. The list is endless.
no, but
Sylvestre,
those guys were towards the end of their careers. Like Harry Wilson is not
yeah,
towards the end
but
of his career, and
yeah,
He's
but
only
if
23,
that
Wilson.
yeah,
yeah, and
but
Origi,
if they
hold on, just
hang on,
Origi is just
that's
26.
even worse. That's even worse because if he's 23, he's the same age as Odegaard. If he's getting rid of him, that obviously
Yeah,
tells me that there's a reason why they don't rate him, and that's because he's shit.
yeah.
Right?
So that is
That's
no, he's
why Real Madrid said they want a simple loan because they still rate Odegaard.
okay. No, I get your point, what you're saying, but that is why I also mentioned it's 40 million for if we get two players, because Arsenal needs backup players as well. If we are getting rid of, say, Eddie, if you're getting rid of Eddie Nketiah, we are possibly, if we are considering the sale of 4 or 5 of our midfielders in the summer, we do need some squad players as well. And
I
you
get
need to
that, but
remember our
there's no point
set
having
pieces
squad
are very
players that don't work.
no, our set pieces are a major problem. I am okay with Origi because we can try and make something out of it. He's only 26. Harry Wilson
Mm.
is 23, 24. So we can try to if we get a set piece specialist, that is the whole reason why our club is desperate for sometimes some of the fans are desperate for a free kick taker or a set piece taker like James Ward-Prowse. And apart from that, CM
Yeah.
Oh,
is
Yes.
what we
Ward-Prowse would
need.
be so much better.
I
Ward-Prowse is so
couldn't
much better.
agree more. I gotta say this
Yeah.
now. Ceballos is the most average midfielder I've ever seen, or even below average. But
Average
that
is
was
being
not a red
generous.
card. I know
Yeah.
he's rubbish. He's crap. He's crap. If I was to give him a score out of 10, I'd probably give him a 3. But if that's being generous. In
generous.
real life, if I was to give him a real life score, I'd give him minus a billion. Minus a billion.
How much? Can I just ask? Just wait. How old are you?
He's
10.
10.
I tell you what, you're not bad. It's not bad intelligence for 10-year-old. You know your stuff, man.
Thanks.
No
Someone
worries.
on the trains. Someone on the train said that to me once when I was going
Yeah,
home from a Cardiff game.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah. So
honestly,
I was asking you guys. So would you take again? You were saying, Stephen, that you would prefer James Ward-Prowse over Harry Wilson, right?
oh yeah,
Any particular reason?
he would fit with Partey so well. Plus, his free kicks are extraordinary.
Yeah.
He does a lot in that midfield. He's a tank in that midfield. If you see, when we play Southampton, he dominates that midfield.
Yeah.
So would he be your first choice, or would he be right there up at the top with maybe a few other
Compared to
players?
the rest of our midfielders, he'd be first choice.
Okay. And I agree with this Cheddar's comment. We need Wijnaldum.
I remember going
Oh
to a
God.
Cardiff game. This I know Cardiff are crap in the Prem, but I watched them. Wijnaldum dominated us. They had a corner, they whipped it in on the half volley. He's just gone and scored a goal into the top corner from around the penalty area, and how he's hit it. He's just hit it on half volley, and he's put it into the roof of the net, and he's gone mad. So yeah, that was a big 2-0 win. Salah diving again. Salah was diving that game. Literally fell to the floor like like it was nothing. And I
I was at
remember
the Cardiff game where you were expected to that new, that unfortunate player you
Salah,
bought that no,
yeah,
the player
died.
you bought there that died. Yeah.
Yeah, Emiliano
I was at the
Salah.
game. Yeah, I was at the game. You played Arsenal the game after. I was
Yeah,
at that game.
yeah. Mendes Lang
Lovely.
scored for Cardiff.
Yeah,
We scored a lovely goal. Yeah, you
yeah.
went 2-0 up. And
We won 2-1 in the end, and I think it was a lovely tribute what the fans did. All the
yeah,
fans did.
they stuck all the Argentina flags up, didn't they? And they put
Yeah.
like Salah and everything.
We put him in on the back of the match day program. I've got
Yeah,
the program somewhere.
yeah.
I didn't like the all though, to be honest. I can't stand him.
An unusual comment here, but my grandfather, he went to Cardiff 1, Real Madrid 0, so that's quite cool. Just say that.
Cardiff, what?
Cardiff 1, Real Madrid 0. 50
Wow.
years ago.
I'm sure that one on FIFA.
No, that was 50
That's hard
years
to
ago.
believe. Wow,
50 years ago, we beat Real Madrid.
Wow.
It's even
Wow.
in the LA chant.
I know.
Sorry, I was on mute. I was looking at something. They actually did. Adam keeps bragging about that one night that they beat Real Madrid, and they actually did. So the other thing is,
I've got the signed photo of. I've got the photo signed by Thierry Henry. Not actually signed. It was already signed, but I bought it for about what, 30 quid. It's Henry's goal at the Bernabeu.
Oh, that's quite, yeah, that's quite cool.
Yeah.
so
There was
this guy.
this guy
Sorry.
who sells there's a bunch of guys they sell their they get special sort of signatures for these photos and stuff by the players, and they sell them off about 30 odd quid. So they'd rather do that rather than selling 100 quid on eBay, because they know it goes to people that actually matter, right? Instead of and yeah, he said he'd rather sell it for this because these people know these people will treasure it.
My dad got a printed Cristiano Ronaldo picture, so it wasn't hand-signed, it was printed Cristiano Ronaldo, and he got it for 16p. 16p.
Yeah, probably wasn't.
Printed.
Probably was loads.
And it's printed. If that was hand-signed, then that would have been the best ever. But that would have probably been like 1,000 quid anyway, because Ronaldo's the best player in the world. But I'm sure he's gonna lose this soon. I'm sure he got about 3-4 years left in him. He'll probably turn into Zlatan a bit.
Yeah.
2 years. Because
The main. Sorry, I got a bit distracted. Everyone is talking about on Twitter that Arsenal is up for sale. I don't know what's going on. What are these guys actually having at the weekend?
Is it?
Sorry?
Is it? Are we actually for sale?
They're talking about it. They're talking about it that it's up for sale, Everyone is saying that it is up for sale. And that is the problem. I don't believe it.
Oh,
question here. So beautiful. Question here for both of you. Would you take that Spotify person to own your club?
No. A few whispers come out tonight that Stan Kroenke has put Arsenal up for sale just days after he insisted he will not entertain offers.
That is what
sources now.
You just don't know with Arsenal. You can't predict it. You just can't predict it anymore.
Which sources, Stephen? Which was the other source you got? Because even Edward Hagen said it's
now
it's the Mail.
It's now.arsenal.
No, I think they're quoting from the same source, the Mail. They're all quoting from the Mail. So I don't think so. Arsenal is up for sale. I don't know what these guys are talking about. Why will they sell at a point of time where the market is down and they won't make real money out of it? I don't know. From the Daily Mail, seriously, as a reliable source,
they've made enough money.
I think you just need Kroenke out, to be honest. I think you should be happy that Kroenke is putting Arsenal up for sale, and he won't sack Arteta. Maybe if someone comes in and buys the club, might give him a few strict warnings and then might have to take action. Because Kroenke's not giving action at the minute.
No, just take action now.
Yeah, just take it. Why aren't they taking action when they know they're going to crumble? They know they're going to crumble, and they're not taking action. Action needs to be taken at Arsenal Football Club.
That is the problem. The Kroenkes are not seriously into it. These guys have made a news out of it. I get the feeling that the Daily Mail is just trying to get more clicks, and they're just trying to get trend around, because if they haven't even given an amount, you know what the message says, that the Kroenkes have put Arsenal up for sale at 1.5 billion approximately, being the starting prices that they quoted 2 years ago. How can someone quote a couple of years ago as the starting price? Because we know right now at least the minimum price of Arsenal is more than 2 million. So I don't get it. Fans will believe anything right now.
Were you surprised?
You might as well just get AFTV. Robbie is your owner, lol. He knows what's going to go. He knows what's going to happen. He don't have the money to buy Arsenal.
I wish he did.
If I know, he knows how much. He knows that he needs that. He just knows the truth about. He just knows. He just knows what would have to be done. He just knows.
I don't think AFTV has that kind of money. But anyways,
I know.
just a few comments.
Definitely.
John is saying Ceballos was a 2.5 that day. He was worse. He wasn't even a 0.5. He was just above the zero, I guess.
Yeah, minus. We gotta be going into the minuses now.
No, the reason I say that is because one, that was not a red card, and the second half performance was looking decent till he got sent off.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have got sent off.
That wasn't a red card in my opinion.
Yeah, but he had a final warning, and at that point, the manager should have taken him off.
Yeah. We played
just
Norwich.
Eliminated the risk.
Yeah, we played Norwich. Our midfielder Marlon Pack gets booked. He's obviously going to get sent off. He gets sent off. We didn't take action. We didn't take him off. And managers needs to be more aware now. They need to be more aware that this player's on a booking. If they're on the final warning, they get one and they just mess up one more time, they're gonna get sent off. You're gonna be down to 10 men, and it's gonna be a bit of an advantage for the other team.
Mikel Arteta came out after the game. He said that I spoke to Ceballos about this. Ceballos said that he'll be careful about it, but he did not take Arteta's advice. And at the end of the day, the thing is, it was about the advice was not getting close to too many players, and that is what he tried to avoid. But again, see, that was not a red card in any sense. That was never going to be a red card. And not going to lie, John is saying I nearly got triggered hearing the word Salah and I mentioned there.
Salah,
and Cheddars is adding to it.
Salah.
He's saying he's adding to the
Mo
fact.
Salad. Mo Salad.
Cheddars is adding to this. Imagine Ty being in charge of Arsenal if AFTV takes over.
Oh my Jesus.
No. So they got into your joke as well. And I could see Chris Paul here, but he came and he dropped out. I don't know for what reason. Maybe his internet wasn't working properly. But eventually, at the end of the day, or maybe he didn't realize that we were still in a live stream. But as I was saying, okay, let's do this fun thing. Ryan, do you watch AFTV?
Not all the time, but I definitely know their personality.
Okay, you know the personalities.
Watched. Yeah.
Okay, if you had to choose any one of those as the new Arsenal owner, who would be your pick from AFTV as the new Arsenal owner?
Man, the myth, the legend, Robbie, or Claude if he was still alive.
Okay, so you would have picked one of those to be the new Arsenal owner.
If they had the money.
Yeah, just say imagine they had the money. So you would choose Robbie to be the new Arsenal owner.
They would buy it. They'd get their whole group, they'd have their whole conversation in their little meeting thingy, and they would go, right, Arteta out. We gotta release it now. We gotta release him. Let's get rid of Arteta. He. They're gonna have the little meeting, and they're gonna have a script.
To be honest.
They would have a script that they're gonna say to Mikel Arteta. They're gonna write a script. They're gonna say this and that to Arteta. You're not being good enough as a manager. Get out. And they're gonna take turns to just say it in front of people.
Okay, and Steven, if you had the choice, who would be your pick from AFTV to be the owner of Arsenal if they had the money?
Wouldn't be Claude. He's not here anymore.
And from the current existing ones?
Don Robbie. And I'd appoint DT as manager.
DT as manager.
Hey, he's managing DTFC and they've won the Bob Brothers Cup, so one more trophies than Arsenal this season.
There's a reason he's not a Premier League manager.
There's also a reason he's won the Blood Brothers Cup.
But isn't he trying to register them? I think I heard in the League Cup or the FA Cup, if I'm not wrong.
He is. He's trying to put him in. He's trying to make it professional.
Yeah, then we will know how good a manager he actually is.
Oh, he will. They're already smashing teams for fun. Create more chances than Arteta is.
I'm not talking about that league. You know what I'm talking about. Let them get to the real league soon. I'm not denying that he's not capable, but let them get to the real league soon.
Okay.
And yeah, Ryan, you were saying something?
Was I? I must have forgot.
Someone is saying Arsenal fans want Arsenal to be sold and Stan Kroenke to be selling it, and I want a Ferrari as well. So it's comparable to someone wanting a Ferrari, like it's going to happen. That's how realistically they believe that it will actually happen, that they sell the club.
I believe it will.
So they won't sell the club. The reason is, no, I'm not saying you don't have to try. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that the club is right now in its financial lowest in terms of net worth and sale value, because the market is down. Kroenkes have enough money to sustain and run this club for 100 years. Why will they sell it at a point where the club is at its lowest? And Stan Kroenke came out a few weeks ago and he said,
when they invested in it, they are still making, the amount of money they've invested in it, they'll still be making a profit even if they sell it now.
No, I get that. Not denying you that. But the thing is, Stan Kroenke came out a few weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, in fact. He said, I am not selling the club. He said that, if you remember. I am not denying you. I'm not denying you doing that, but you protesting against him and trying to get him out. But he came out and he said that I'm not selling Arsenal Football Club. And all of a sudden, a non-reliable source comes out and says that Arsenal is put out for sale. Maybe, what good will it do? It will only devaluate the club even further, because I said this on a stream.
I think it needs devaluing because we're not good enough. We're not good enough to be worth 2 billion quid.
No, we are.
He's devalued us. No, he's not. We're not good enough. We're not.
No, the value of the club is not decided based on.
Who devalued the club? Who devalued the club? It wasn't us.
The Kroenkes.
He wasn't manager. It was the Kroenkes.
You've got to rely on history now for the money. You've got to rely on history and how many things you won.
The only reason we got in that Super League is because what we've built in history, not because of what we're doing right now on the pitch.
See, that history isn't too long ago. That's just 15 years now.
It is. It's mate. It's nearly the age it takes to grow up and become an adult.
No, yeah, I get that. I'm not talking about that. But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, Chelsea did not win a league title for 50 odd years until Roman came in. And similar situation, 30 years, Liverpool. So what I'm trying to say is, every big club apart from Manchester United and Arsenal has had a drought of titles. Manchester United has been winning regularly. Arsenal was winning regularly, but this is now our 15-year drought. Apart from that, Liverpool, you've seen 30. Chelsea had a 51, 50 years drought. Man City, they were never existent in the Premier League for quite some time. Which other club
No,
comes to mind? Tottenham still don't exist in any
remember
way.
when Man
So,
City
Man City, yeah, go ahead.
remember when Man City lost 8-1 to Middlesbrough?
Yeah, exactly. What were they some years ago before the Sheikhs came in?
Yeah, that was only about like 10 to like 15 years ago. They lost
15 years
8-1 to
ago.
Middlesbrough. Something like that. I don't know. Something around that.
God.
And now look
Hey,
at them.
here's the thing.
And now
I knew Man City when they were in the English Championship.
yeah, they were in the English Championship.
Do you know where they were when we won the double?
Yeah, I think they were. I think we played them once, maybe in a League Cup or a. I think it was League Cup or maybe it was an FA Cup.
The year we won the double, they weren't in the league.
Yeah, I know League Cup. I'm saying League Cup, and the FA Cup. We played them once in such a tournament. We beat them, if I'm not wrong. But it was long ago, and all this transformation has happened because the Premier League first let in they let in Roman, and after that they let in the Sheikhs, and that is the thing.
The last good thing the last really good thing that happened to Arsenal was winning the FA Cup last year. So it's kind of history, but it is 1 year, almost 1 year ago now. So
Wait, hold on. Has Scott Parker been sacked?
What?
No, I don't think. What is this news that I'm just seeing? Wait, hold on. Someone tweeted about it. Parker is. Where is it? Someone tweeted Parker dropped. I don't know. So I just thought that is why I was asking whether has Scott Parker been sacked.
No.
Okay, and what is this reaction about? Hold on. People are actually believing. Yeah, again, another update. One more guy has said. Yeah, so this is about the didn't Usmanov offer 2 million back in 2018? So either that was fake, or the stories about it happening were fake. This makes no sense. And headline is misleading from the Mail. Doesn't say Arsenal are for sale. It just says KSC entertained a bid 2 years ago. This is all clickbait from the Mail. The Mail is shit. The Daily Mail is crap. They're pathetic. They're just clickbait merchants. That's what they are. This isn't about, I said it, this isn't about the sale. They're just trying to get people triggered and happy and excited.
Daily Mail, you should be the Daily Fail.
They're already the Daily Fail. They were trying to become the Daily Mail once again.
I know. By putting out fake stories.
This is Go ahead.
But Kroenke's just said he's not going to sell Arsenal, and then only a few days later, they're like, we're going to spread a rumor around saying he's only just changed his mind. Like, that could happen, but he just said 3 days ago or something like that.
Sorry.
That he's not going to sell Arsenal.
No, they're just trying to play around with the emotions of the fans and make them fools and get them to click on whatever shit they're posting out there. And at the end of the day, this is not good journalism. It gives it a bad name. Igal just came out and did a video. He must be all excited and horny and talking about how Arsenal is finally getting sold. But at the end of the day, It's not even happening.
This is why I don't do many transfer news reports. Because it's all fucking talk. Sorry, it's
I
all
know.
talk.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
That's
and
why
another thing.
until it's literally we are about to sign
Yeah,
someone, that's when I do it.
yeah, and another thing, just to add to the Scott Parker thing, Cheddars is saying he dropped a hint about the Spurs job. Spurs would be stupid to hire Scott Parker. Ryan Mason,
Yes.
Scott Parker. What next? What are they thinking? They got
Why
rid
do
of
they
Mourinho
want
for.
what from Mourinho, from Mason to Parker? Like what kind of path are you trying to go through? The failure path. What path are they going on?
Cardiff.
What?
Hang on, mate. Fine. You got to remember, this is Spurs. This is them all over.
I know.
This is them in a nutshell. Love it.
They're
I
just
love every minute.
bottle jobs. They're bottle jobs.
They're bottle job. Yeah, they're bottle job FC, mate. Just sit
They
back, get the
haven't.
popcorn out.
They
Sit
haven't.
back, get the
I know.
popcorn out and watch it.
This is glory because we're watching a club from almost winning the Premier League to getting totally embarrassed now, and yeah, they haven't won a trophy in bloody 12, 13 years. What's going on with them?
Do you
They
know
can't even win the.
hang on. The last time they won the league, it was in black and white. Right? Since then, we've won the World Cup.
Yeah, let me put it in this way: the last time Spurs won the league, Ryan, your grandfather's grandfather would have been alive. Like it was
Yeah, you
that
probably
long.
beat Real Madrid 50 years ago. Actually, you say? Yeah, you've
Yeah,
beaten Real
that's
Madrid since the last time they won the league.
Yeah, so that's how long it was. That's how long it was.
that's because they're absolutely trying.
again.
It's happened again.
Tottenham
Hotspur.
It's happened
It's
again.
happened again.
You'll always
And
be
with
shit. You'll always be shit. Tottenham Hotspur. You'll always be shit.
Wait, what do we think of? What do we think of Tottenham? Shit. What do we think of shit? Tottenham.
Thank you. That's all
we
right.
have converted a Cardiff City fan into a anti-Tottenham fan.
That's the thing. Everyone knows the
I,
Tottenham fucking
I
zone.
don't. I don't like Spurs. The only way that I could support him is only having Gareth Bale, who is a Cardiff City fan. If you didn't know, Gareth Bale is a Cardiff fan. And he said he wanted to play for Cardiff one day, if you didn't know that. Ben Davies is Welsh, but he used to play for Swansea, so it's kind of meh. But at least he's Welsh. So yeah, that's the only time I just the Spurs need Bale in their team. They kind of do because he's the only player for performing right now. And Kane's gonna leave. He's not gonna leave. They're gonna force him to stay at a club that he's too good for.
That's just
Yeah,
pissed me
and
off.
who's pissed you off?
Fucked up my game. I missed out on a
Who?
pole position. That's all right. I missed out on a pole position. Trying to
Okay,
go for a
and
record throughout the season.
Gareth Bale played for the Cardiff Civil Service. I can see here as a youth in his youth career before he went to Southampton.
He didn't go through the youth, Gareth Bale.
No, he played for the
Cardiff.
Cardiff Civil Service before Southampton's youth team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully once he is about to retire and go back to golf, before that he'll join Cardiff City someday maybe.
I thought he was really good golf.
I hope. But the thing is, will he want too much money? If I think he'd do anything, even if it's for. I don't think he'd ask for too much money. If it's to play for his boyhood club, he should accept like 20k.
That's a quick question.
He'll want more. Yeah.
What would you say to fans that think that Cardiff should be in their own Welsh league, like Celtic and Rangers are in the Scottish league, because it's supposed to be the English Premiership? Just out of curiosity.
I like being in the English league. I like it. The Welsh League would be too easy because the only good team they have will be Swansea, and then the second hardest team will only be Newport. Then we have Barry Town,
Torquay.
Wrexham, Torquay, England, isn't it?
Yeah, just
And the other thing is the ambition of returning to Premier League and making more money and growing as a club. I don't think they'll be able to get that if they join the Welsh League.
Yeah. Thing is, we need the English League because if we need to get back to the Prem soon because our parachute payments are going this summer, and we've had a recent transfer embargo. I think that's gone now, and we are leading a race. We are leading a race to sign a 30-goal Sunderland striker. 30 goals this season. So I
What's the
hope we
name?
get him.
What's the name of the
Charlie
striker?
Wyke. Charlie Wyke. Charlie
Okay.
Wyke. And he scored
And
29.
what's his age?
Think about 28.
Hold on, let me see.
Around there.
I hate these early morning calls. Wait, Charlie Wyke. Okay, I found him. He's
Yeah,
28. So you think he can help you make a return to the Premier League?
Well, him and Kiefer Moore, like I said, Kiefer has scored 20 goals this season in the Championship. Wyke has scored about 30 goals in all competitions. Yes, he has scored 30, actually. What's happened?
Did Scott Parker say that he's going to move to, or he's been offered the Spurs job after today's game?
Huh?
No, because someone is talking. They're talking about his interview, like he did something. I don't know. Maybe something has happened there which I'm not aware about yet.
Oh, this is really pissing me off.
We'll have this conversation backstage, and there are two Cardiff City fans now. That Cardiff City fan.
Yeah,
I think you joined from a couple of days.
I clicked off something.
I'll
get off.
That echo was crazy. But let's do one thing. We've gone on for an hour or so. The topic was just getting Steven's opinion on the main topic.
Get rid of both of them.
Get rid of both of whom? Your main screen is shared. Steven. So the topic was David Luiz or Lewis Dunk. The thing is, it was a funny thing that was going around. So who do you pick? Who would you pick? Who you think is the better defender right now?
Oh, it's got to be Lewis Dunk.
That is exactly what I said, and those guys were like,
why would you want Sergio Bob in your defense?
That is the thing.
About a guy who was responsible for Brazil getting smashed 7-1 after Thiago Silva was injured in the quarters. Right, he was in the middle of that defense, orchestrating it. And you want him in our defense? Are you mad?
No, I'm not.
Whoever thinks he's a better defender than Dunk needs to obviously has been smoking too much stuff. Needs to go into rehab.
That is not for you, Brian, because I know you said that you feel David Luiz is better than Dunk, but don't worry about it.
Oh shit!
Yes, he's not seen some other players, but I think I don't know about whether he's seen Dunk or not. He said he's not seen Pablo Mari play. I said Pablo Mari and Gabriel are better defenders than David Luiz.
Oh,
so have you?
Anyone could be better. I could be better.
Have you seen Ryan? Have you seen Dunk play regularly or not that much? Can't hear you. Are you there, Ryan? Still can't hear you. Are you on mute? No, you're not on mute.
He's not on mute, he's gone.
Can't hear him. Get that. What is he saying? Get that Cardiff City fan off the stream. I'll rejoin. Okay, I'll get you off the stream and you can rejoin.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can just quickly rejoin. No worries. So yeah, I was asking. I don't know whether he's seen much of Dunk or not, because I think he's not seen that much of Dunk, and that is why he was saying that David Luiz is better. But people in the chat, if you have an opinion about the same thing, let me know. Whom do you think is better? Because according to me and Steven here, we agree, and I think Luiz Dunk is better than
That's the
David
first time
Luiz
we
right
agree on
now.
something,
Yeah.
huh?
So
Makes
let me just quickly get Charlie on once he's back, and then we can wrap it up as well. And this crazy thing that is going around about the Kroenke selling, don't buy into this bullshit. If the Daily Mail or the Mail tries to put out such clickbait titles, more just start calling them out for their nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm
Ryan,
back. I clicked
yeah,
off something. Yeah.
no worries. Ryan, have you seen Luis Dunk play regularly, or you haven't seen much of him?
I have seen Lewis Dunk play before. I've seen him score versus Cardiff before.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
he's decent.
okay.
He's decent. It's better than bloody Louise, I'll tell you that. Sideshow Bob, you mean? Sideshow Bob, I mean.
Sideshow Bob. Yeah, I watch The Simpsons. The big hair.
That's what Louise is.
Yeah. And Mbappe is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's Mbappe. And the
Love it.
the PSG players brought Mbappe a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mask once.
So, anyways, let's just quickly wrap it up now. We've
Yeah.
already gone on for an hour and more, and we have. The only reason I started off with this topic was because I couldn't believe my ears when I heard someone say, like Arsenal fans say, that David Luiz is better. He's the best. He was our best centre back at one point of time. But the thing is that he's not better than Luis Dunk, not at all, not by a wide stretch of imagination. David Luiz could have been better maybe in his prime, but I don't even know whether he was that good defensively in his prime as well. He has other attributes which we can say that are better than Dunk, like his free kicks are supposed to be better. His you can say his heading ability is better. His leadership is slightly better, I can say as well. But overall, as a defender, I don't think so. So, anyways, let's just quickly wrap it up. Before we wrap it up, Steven, what's your plan for tomorrow and what shows are you doing? Just give a shout out to your channel as well so that people can know. And if someone sees it later, the video, what shows are on tomorrow or in the upcoming days?
Well, we've got the Watch Along for the Grand Prix, which we'll also host. We'll be doing the first half of the Arsenal game and then covering the rest of it whilst watching the Grand Prix. Then watch the rest of the Liverpool game during that stream as well. Then got match reaction after that for Arsenal Newcastle. Then F1's Perfect Formula, where we're talking about the 2014 Mercedes W05, which was the all-dominant Mercedes. And yeah, we just do Arsenal football, F1 content, Arsenal raising awareness for Children's Liver Disease Foundation, and on our way to 1.5k. So let's go and let's get up there. Let's go and get it done.
So big up to you as well, and I hope that you grow quickly. I'll be doing before that Cardiff City fan Ryan. Any streams that you're doing or anything that you're doing tomorrow or day after?
Well, I might do a video on a tutorial on FIFA 21 of how to start a manager career mode on FIFA. So, yeah.
Is that on an Xbox or a PS?
Xbox. And
okay.
Yeah, I'm on 60 subscribers.
Big up.
So try to push that subscribers. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in a subscriber battle actually with OXF Sam. You might not know him. You might know him, OXF Sam. Yeah. I'm now we're doing it to 100 subs. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and get to 100 before him. And yeah.
How about we at some point tomorrow, you can come on one of the streams, right? And we'll get you up there.
Okay.
We'll try and help you.
Yeah, you and
Yeah.
Charlie can have a fight. A Twitter battle. Not a Twitter battle, a subscriber battle or something.
Yeah, well, it says we'll subscribe about, but to be honest, it should just help we should just help each other anyway, shouldn't we?
Yeah, so
Let's get
and
this whole battle thing.
yeah, just before we wrap it up, one last thing from my end as well. I'll probably be doing a few videos this week because some of the other guys have been pushing me to do more and more videos. So I'm doing one daily, maybe towards the later half of the day. And the other thing that I was trying to add is that I'll be sending out a lot of tweets about a lot of different polls because I'll be doing a show which I'll dedicate to the polls that I'll be putting out on Twitter and accumulating all those opinions into a single stream and talking about all those polls together and what the people that my Twitter fan base following on Twitter has to say about those things. As I said, this one was a poll that got eventually rigged today, but at the end of the day, it has 14 hours left. And as I said at the start of the stream, David Luiz right now is on 53%. Louis Dunk is on 47%. It's that close. It's just 6% with 83 people voting as right now. So I'll be doing regular polls on Twitter and a single show maybe at the end of the week. I'll start making polls from Monday, and on a Friday or a Saturday or maybe Sunday, one of these days I'll do a show where I'll cover all the polls that I put out and what has been the response of the fans. So I covered some of those yesterday as well, and I hope that you guys can follow Beyond the Post and an underscore at the end on Twitter as well, and keep answering to the questions on the poll and giving your opinions and sharing stuff around. So big up to Stephen. So go ahead, Stephen.
Can I just ask, the Premier League journey and the European journey, which is Monday and Tuesday in the mornings, you up for covering that for us?
Let me just wrap up the stream. We can have that discussion after the stream
Yeah,
is done.
sorry.
No worries. So I'll just be wrapping up. Big up to Steven and Ryan for coming on, and hopefully we have a good week with some big games coming up in midweek next week. For us, at least, it is the biggest game of the season, I guess. And thank you everyone in the chat and everyone who supported the video and everyone who watches this video later on. Big up to all of you. Just 1500 hours away from monetization, so let's get that done by the 15th of May. Take care, be home, be safe, and follow on the COVID norms. Come on, you gunners. Bye, guys.